Yesterday, I did a quick audit on Patagonia regarding the concept. In the audit template that I'm developing, there are 6 categories, and each category has 6 topics to evaluate. So, yesterday, what we did is this white circle here, scoring very well Patagonia on the conceptual analysis. Today, as an example, we're going to have a look at Adidas to see how they're doing when we're looking at content. And later on, we'll look at conversion rate optimization and SEO. This is really specific about content. So, what topics did I choose here to evaluate? First, the advertiser guidelines. Nowadays, you need to meet with these to be able to advertise your business. If you're in some kind of a gray area with one of these guidelines, then you already have a problem. And a couple of more items. So the advertising guidelines will be the first thing to look at. The presence of a public visible sitemap, the implementation of languages, authors for posts, if there is actually enough content on the site, and the brand consistency. I think these are 6 important elements considering content. Go ahead and shoot on it. These were the first 6 items that came to my mind, and let's put it to the test. So when I Google Adidas, I Google on Nicosia. When I Google Adidas, I first hit localized for me comes to adidas.nl. We have the .com here as well. A quick look on the .nl to see if there is a cookie bar popping up. Yes, there it is. So that is a European compulsory thing, GDP. So we have the cookie bar popping up. That's one point already to be sure. Next, we're looking for the privacy policy and terms and conditions. For that, I will use the international site. Because most people in the world speak English, and I want this video to be seen by a bit more than only Dutch. So yeah, we accept the tracking. The cookie bar is anyway also on the .com domain, so that's okay. It automatically switches to US. Not sure if that is for the geolocation or it's referring to a language. Obviously US stands for the location. I'm not in the US, so but close, same time zone. What are we looking for again? Privacy and policies. Terms and conditions, orders and returns. I think this maybe that's really specific for the order tracker. That's really specifically if you are having an order, outstanding order. So that's not what we're looking for. So here we have some stuff. California Transparency and Supply Chain Act, Terms and condition and privacy policy. Check. So that's okay. Looking good. We have the privacy policy, terms and condition, cookie bar. And for now, I'm just assuming that they're meeting the Meta advertising guidelines, the Google Ads advertising guidelines, and the Microsoft Ads advertising guidelines. Let's assume that. I leave the link in here so you can check those out for yourself. Good luck with that. There's always space for surprises regarding advertising guidelines. Have a look at it, try to comply, and if you need any help with meeting these requirements after a account ban or declined advertisements, you can always contact me and I can see what I can do to solve. So next item, public sitemap, visible or not. Let's have a look here. This is just a menu. It's not a real sitemap. This is a menu. These are the categories. It comes close, but it's not a sitemap. Let's see if they have one. After the search. I have a soaring back pain. Lifting too many heavy stuff yesterday. We're building our office space still, and so while the structure is done, we're doing the fine work on the inside and the outside, final touches. This wall, for example, is still rough cup, and we need to apply the final layers of plaster. And so for that I was moving around scaffolding yesterday, and I can feel that in my back. So yeah. And no results for sitemap. Yeah, enough to see that. So that's no assignments, 0 points on the sitemap. Languages. I created a couple of categories here. No languages, no local languages at all, 0 points. Some translations available but not complete. I think this kind of speaks for itself. If there's still space for improvement, you want to get the maximum points for that. And the maximum is a fully functional multilingual site. So I'm curious if I find any space for improvement. And as you may notice, it is a multilingual site. At least it is a multilingual site for specific languages. They have other subdomains, but I consider that as a multilingual site. So we're the US flag. I'm going to make this fit on the screen. Or not. And there's the flag. Yeah, you can see the little US flag here. This is to be a bit more. Yeah, not perfect, but can continue like this. And I want to select Spanish. No. Oh, what's this? Bolivian flag. So select your country. It's not possible to select a language, but it's possible to select a country. It's okay with me. Still looking for the sitemap. Back to the US home. little glitch in the matrix there. So, US homepage. Gonna finish my coffee while this is loading. I think it's because of the OBS software I'm using that these pages are loading extra slow. That is a little bit annoying. Yeah, we're back. Flag is inside. Choose your country. Still test the Bolivian flag here. That's not working. So I'm actually facing some issues here. Let's see a little bit of URL browsing what's happening. So I type adidas.com/es from Spanish, Espanol, and I automatically get referred to another domain. So they have a fully functional website for each locality. Works, is cool. Let's stick with that note and say they have a fully functional multilingual site. Now this is messed up. Languages, yeah, fully functional. Good with me. Something else about the content. Are there multiple authors on the site or not specified at all? Do we have the brand as the unique author or multiple author posts? Let's have a look. This being e-commerce is behaving slightly different than a lead generation business or a service vending business. But we expect to see some kind of news, some kind of blog posts. I'll go back to the .com page while we have a quick look at the next one to take into account word count. Word count on the home page and the category descriptions and a typical product or service based and the latest blog post. I think latest sounds better than last. Let's change that. Latest blog post. Oh, that's interesting. Now let's send me to a store finder. They figure out that I'm in Latin America and not in the US. Don't know why, but they did. I don't know how, but they did. I don't know how. I just wonder why they didn't send me here in the first place, and now they send me somewhere else. That's funny. I don't want the store finder, I just want the homepage. So for Latin America, they put us on a subdomain of adidas.com. Ik zag hier nieuws, noticias. So here they just put the store finder directly to the stores. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. News. Yeah, let's see the news. They keep hanging around me in the store finder. That is not nice. Again, get me out of here. Other route. Let's go to their home. There must be a DA if there's something more German than Adidas. I don't know. Yes. Oh look, even larger. Cookie warning. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced their local German site must be fully functional, because this is where they are originating from. I didn't realize they have two different logos. So there we go on brand consistency, they get a big 0. I mean, everyone knows the 3 stripes. Left one and the right one. Why is it there? Why is it still there? Go away, that's not consistent. So that is a big insufficient for brand consistency. Who would have expected that from a well-renowned brand such as Adidas? So brand consistency in images, logos in images. We started with 0. Later on we'll see how they do in the text. Yeah, we see collections, we see shoes. What am I looking for? Blog posts, content, and text on the homepage. Ooh, we have a nice block of text here. That's good. That's good. This just alone is enough words. Now, there must be a way for a quick word count. Maybe one of these plugins. 450 words just in that section alone. I'll leave the words doc open. So word count on the homepage, that is in the box. Let's see the category descriptions. I put a kind of a random requirement of 500 words. Let's figure out if that makes sense. We're back on the category page for soccer shoes on adidas.de, the German homepage from Adidas. And on this category main page, there is no description. There's no textual description. So that is a part of content that is missing here. Maybe they do have content category descriptions in other sections of the site, for example, men clothing, women clothing. But I find out this category does not have, so just a random check. There is no category description, so no extra points here. We stick at 1 point for the word count. We stay on 0 regarding the category description. Let's have a look at the typical product page. For that, I'm going to choose the first soccer shoe available. Show me the shoe. We're now on a product page on adidas.de, and we see that the product description of this soccer shoe is very short. It's actually too short. There's very nice images. But maybe it's hidden here in the details. There we get the description. Okay, I said nothing. We have a bit more description here. More details. So altogether, there is all the information we need. What did they say about the word count for this? 300 base. Yeah, that's meeting the. That's meeting. So meeting the requirement. 2 points for word counts so far. The homepage was okay. The category description not. The typical product page is fine. And the last chance for an extra point in this topic, should I call it topic? Theme, I don't know. To think of how I'm going to name the 6 times 6 items. The last item is for word count is the latest blog post. Has to be over 500 words. Let's find out if that makes sense. The latest news on the adidas.de website is the announcement of a catalog, a new product type, Z I think. What we see here, looking at the content, that the amount of content is very small, and we're taking this latest news message to evaluate brand consistency. That's the last element of content. Of course, the textual content for a web shop is generally not that important. There's not so much focus on it. So let's check if the brand is consistently visible, and yeah, in the text, in the images, video, whatever. And what do we see here? I hate these QR codes. There's not a URL visible. This is not user friendly at all. The only way to get access to the URL is scan it, and there's no textual way to see it. It's not nice. So this is a bit of a strange example. Let's click there. Maybe there's more behind it. There it is. There is the latest post. So, this press release. Drums, is it over 500 words or not? Copy. What more do we see here? $421 words. Failed the test. Okay. Anyways, what do we have here? The imagery, it's not consistent. There is not one Adidas logo in the image. These can be totally generic shoes of any brand. I cannot recognize these as Adidas shoes at all. Only this one, tree, kind of. No, it's just not recognizable as Adidas shoes. Strange. You're disappointing me, Adidas. That for this element. So there's no brand consistency in the images. That's a 0. There's no video. Let's have a look at this. So this is the brand GC that they're trying to, or the product line that so they use Adidas. Let's see if they're consistent in this. They're writing Adidas with small letters, just as in the logo. That's the kind of consistency that we're looking for. And the product line in capitals. Okay. So Adidas is consistently used with small letters, and brand, the sub-brand in big letters and capitals. Even starting the sentences here with a small letter Adidas. They're super consistent about that, so kudos for that. There's a point in brand consistency in the text. Not in the images. Video is not relevant. So let's give 2 points for each of these items, because not always there's a video, not always, you know. So they're consistent with the brand in the text. That's worth 2 points now. Then the vocabulary and tone of voice. Adidas announced, this is a press release, yeah. They're speaking about Adidas in general, a global leader. for now I'm going to keep that as consistent in vocabulary. That's another point. 3 points. And tone of voice. I mix those two up actually. So, is there anything else? Vocabulary. Okay, products. Let's see that as an example. Feature, products, the range available. Speak about the range. Products, they're speaking about products, consistency, consistently. Blue square pins. Inventory. Well, at this moment it may be a bit too short to draw conclusions about the consistency of vocabulary and tone of voice, but I'll give them a point, another point for demonstration purposes. With that, we checked all the items, and in the summary we can have a look at the general perception of Adidas in the content field. This is not a nice full circle. They're missing out strongly on the sitemap. That was the big 0 here. Another low item. Another bit there. Let's check back to see what were these 2 low scores. The sitemap. Maybe I need to be a bit more soft here, because they do have a pretty clear navigation structure. So I think I will change this to navigation structure. Navigation structure, and then the sitemap becomes part of that. Because I think it's not fair to give 0 points to Adidas, because the navigation is pretty straightforward. You know, I got to the category of football, soccer shoes quickly, so we're giving 0.1 for the public sitemap. And I'm going to add some things here for the navigation. Let's call that a page navigation. I will add some more things here. So in this case, I will have to find a way to increase the points for navigation structure, because it was not that bad at all. The altering of the posts. Let's have a quick and word count. They're failing there as well. Although, yeah, they're failing on word count. And there's no clear alter here, just a bread. That's not their strongest angle. All of these things are also related to the kind of the business. So what we get from this, which is stuck at one, content. Yeah, generally they're not perfect on content. They can throw out some bigger posts, more content, and I think it will be useful if they have ambassadors right for their site. That would be my recommendation in this case. And generally, especially I think for an e-commerce, the category descriptions I would definitely increase the word count for those. So with that, we're rounding up the audit for Adidas regarding the content in general. Next, we will be evaluating conversion rate optimization